Double or nothing.
Yeah. CM Punk became the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. What do you think about it, man? What do you think about that?
11 years after he won the WWE title for the Summer of Punk back in 2011 at Money in the Bank. Look, if you ask my personal opinion, it's undeniably the right decision. Right? I mean, it's just the same reason why it made sense to put it on Jericho first. It makes sense to put it on CM Punk now. CM Punk back when he had his original run in 2011 into the 2012, 13, right? He was one of the biggest stars in wrestling at that time, at that moment, right? And when he came back for AEW in Chicago at the last dance, or the first dance, excuse me, it was a massive moment, right? That everybody remembered. It was a big deal in the wrestling community. So for him to be the AEW World Champion, when you look at their roster and you look at the name power and the drawing power of a guy like CM Punk, it made more sense. And I'm not trying to knock Hangman Adam Page, but if I'm being honest, his run left something to be desired. Nothing with his in-ring work. I think he's actually really good bell to bell. When you look at what Hangman Adam Page does, I think he's actually really good, exceptional in some matches. But I didn't really think that his run didn't captivate the audience. Like remember Hangman when they first started running with him back when the company first started, he felt like a bigger deal, right? And I think by the time he won the title, some of that steam had worn off on him. And so making the change right now, I think it was great. I think the match was fine. And I think CM Punk being the world champion makes sense. Now we'll see what he does with it. What'd you think?
Yeah. CM Punk definitely is the guy as far as and what do you bring him in for? I mean, if you're not going to put the title on him, and push him to the moon and really try to create a buzz off of CM Punk and what he's created, why do you bring him in? So definitely. For me as a promoter, I would have did, that was the move I would have been thinking. Get the title on CM Punk and let's see how far we can ride this gravy train. Yeah, heck yeah. That's my thoughts exactly. I didn't get a chance to see the match or anything like that. As far as Hangman Adam Page, like you say, he's a damn good worker. He's a damn good worker. I don't think it was a highlight put on his title run as well. I don't think he got any of the glitz and glamour. I don't know. It's almost like one of those things, one of those times, like when you become the champion, but you're not in the main event.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The biggest part of the show.
You just on the show, you're not the main event. It's like, what the hell's going on here? I'm the champ, you know what I mean? It's one of those type of deals. And I think Hangman Adam Page got definitely some of that effect. And I don't think it was to no fault of his own or anything like that. I just think, I don't know, it could be a multitude of things as far as why people didn't really, get off in that Hangman Adam Page's run, because there again, he's a good worker as well. He's a big guy too. He's a lot bigger than he actually looks on television.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think
he's bigger than you.
He's bigger than me. Well, that's not saying much, but I think that he was a good choice too to try to build a new star. Like out of the 5 guys who now held that AEW World title, you look at Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega, now Hangman Page, and CM Punk. He was the only guy who wasn't really a household name prior, right?
Yeah.
And they were trying to make him. And I think that.
But what do we know? What do we know? What do we know? Tony Khan said that Hangman Adam Page is the greatest AEW World Champion in his history.
I think that's a hyperbolic statement.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. That's what he said. Just said. So what do we know? What do we know? It's not our company. We're not there. We're not looking at it up close and personal and saying it like that. Maybe he knows. Maybe he knows. Maybe Tony Khan knows something that we don't. Maybe that's it.
Now, I will say this. I hope MJF figures out his situation with AEW, because he is the obvious guy to eventually take that title off of CM Punk. I mean, right? Just going, like, not anytime soon, but several months down the line for him to have his crowning moment by beating CM Punk again. Because really, CM Punk won their rivalry in the dog collar match. And what better way to elevate a young talent and really establish a star than giving him the title. Now I don't know if that'll happen now that there's all this beef, but I'm just saying, perfect world, he would be the guy I'd drop it to.
Man, I don't book shows or
I
anything
know
like
you
that.
don't.
So I know. See, you always try to do that. You always try to get me to start booking
I'm
shows.
just telling you my opinion.
Yeah, I don't book shows or anything like that. MJF, CM Punk. I think that would be a great matchup. Especially, I'm thinking about the realism side of it. That's something that could be used. CM Punk made a statement. I was reading it somewhere. I can't remember what it was, but CM Punk said in AEW, he earned the title. And for me, being a guy like MJF, seeing a statement like that from CM Punk saying he earned the title would really piss me off. That's why I say this,
Why is that?
because I've been here. I built this company, and you come in and steal my glory.
Mm-hmm.
How do how do you think you earned it over me? I'm just saying from an angle perspective. I don't want anybody to go write anything stupid. All right. But from an angle perspective, I can see that happening, 100%, but as far as, earning the championship, I don't know if that was a real statement or not. I don't know if that was a real statement or not, because, it's wrestling, and earning the championship, it's a little bit different earning it in wrestling than earning it, in boxing, or earning it in football, basketball, UFC, stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but overall, I mean, from a promoter's aspect, this was the right move, right? Because some people were saying, well, maybe they should have had a longer feud with him and Adam Page, like maybe milk a couple more shows out of this.
Like I said, I don't know, what more could we have gotten out of that? Like I say, we brought CM Punk in for a reason. It's like bringing a quarterback in and letting him sit on the sideline. You brought him in, you paid him a Deshaun Watson deal, and you sit him on the sideline. I said we're not gonna ever see Deshaun Watson ever play in the NFL ever again. And the thing is, he just got 233 million, and we still might not see him play.
We're probably not see.
So yeah, that's what I'm talking about, more so than anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, congratulations to CM Punk. I think is he the first person, from what I was reading, to be the ECW, Ring of Honor, WWE, World Heavyweight, and AEW champion. I think that he's the first to do that.